In 1992, somebody named Stella Liebeck, she went into a drive-through at McDonald's and ordered a cup of coffee. She was sitting in the passenger seat, and she did not have a cup holder. So when she was taking her coffee, she put it between her thighs, and then she was peeling the lid off, and she spilled the coffee on herself. She was just trying to put cream and sugar in her coffee, and she spilled it all over her lap, and she went into shock and had to go to the hospital. She definitely had medical expenses as a result of this, and she had some third-degree burns. So there's physical damage as well. So she afterwards, she had some time where she was able, she was 79, but her daughter had to take care of her for the time that she was injured, and they went to McDonald's and they said that they wanted $20,000 in actual damages, and McDonald's says, sure, we'll do that. No, they said, no, I'll give you we'll give you $800, and they just said, no, we're not going to do that. So they found an attorney who would handle the case. So they sued McDonald's, and when the court was in case, I'm sorry, when the case was in court, they learned that there had been 700 suits about just coffee with McDonald's, with settlements as high as $700,000. So the jury decided to find for Mrs. Liebeck, and they awarded her, I think it was $160,000 that they awarded her. But here's where the kicker comes in. They said, okay, that's your actual damages, but now there's punitive. We're going to give you another $2.7 million as punishment to McDonald's for having done this to you. And it kind of changed, the McDonald's case kind of opened everything for tort reform. And you find suits happening way more often, with big companies, people that have money in their pocket. So sometimes when something happens to somebody, there's nobody responsible. Like Christopher Reeve, Superman, when he broke his neck, that was because he fell off of a horse. Nobody's at fault. He's not going to sue the horse. You've got Hawkins. He died of ALS, Lou Gehrig disease. Again, nobody's at fault there. So diseases and injuries can take the strongest of us, Superman, and the smartest of us, and do things to us. But what if you can pin down the case to a party? Like look at some of the suits that happen nowadays. You have the Georgia election workers who got a $148 million judgment against Rudy Giuliani for the damages he caused them. There's no physical damage, although yeah, their lives are at stake. I'm sure that they're going to need protection for the rest of their lives, because there are many crazy people willing to do damage for election type things. So yeah, I think they need something for that. But again, they were not physically damaged. Then you have E. Jean Carroll. She got $12 million in damages and $83 million in punitive. So like $100 million. The woman was not injured when she was sexually assaulted decades ago, and did nothing about it at the time. But still, like $100 million for the damage to her reputation. It's, again, not a physical thing. 3 passengers are suing Boeing for $1 billion because of the mental abuse that they have when the door blew off their plane. Again, no physical damage. I mean, they're going to have PTSD. I have no doubt of that. But $1 billion worth of PTSD? Then you've got in Denver, there's a SWAT team that went into the wrong house, and they scared the heck out of a lady. They damaged her door and everything, but no damage again physically to her, and $3.7 million. Then you have a reporter who sued an Oklahoma newspaper for $5 million in damages because they accused him of racial comments, and again, he got that, and he got punitive damages as well. Sacramento had $3 million for a woman who was blinded in one eye by an officer during a protest. Okay, physical damage there, so I'm going to give that. So what you have is you have the election workers, you have the airplane, you have the SWAT team, you have the reporter. No physical damage, yet they got millions and millions and millions of dollars. Um, so why am I talking about this today? Okay, let's look at what happened to me. I took a vaccine shot that my doctor recommended because Big Pharma keeps telling my doctors and everybody else, you need to be afraid of shingles. So I was totally healthy, and I had this vaccine, and it paralyzed me. So here I am 5 years later. You know how much the Big Pharma has given me for what's happened to me? I mean, I'm physically damaged. I'm emotionally damaged. There should be actual damages. I mean, all the things that I've had to spend, for my case, there are actual damages. There should be punitive damages. And this Big Pharma, GSK, um, they 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 had something like a 20% increase in their sales for Shingrix, after 2022. So it went up. They're making billions of dollars off of it, and they're not doing anything to take care of me. They're fighting everything. Their attorneys admit liability and culpability and causality, but what they're saying is, we didn't know this was going to happen to him. We couldn't have known. It was like the coffee. It was, did the coffee, did they know that that coffee was going to burn them if they got it on them? So we've been fighting with them. I mean, Big Pharma, they own our government. They own so many governments, and laws benefit them. Like the statute of limitations for something like this is 2 years. For a regular lawsuit, it's 10 years, or it's 8 years, or it's 7 years. Statute of limitations is much longer. But no, pharma gets it down to 2 years because, oh, they have many lobbyists, don't they? Okay, well, there's no end to this story yet. I just wanted to vent about it a little bit. When I see all these lawsuits that people are getting for millions and millions of dollars, and then I get nothing, and I'm hurt. I'm injured. I'm very much injured, and I mean, this ruined my life. I can't even walk my dog anymore. Um, I never be able to walk my daughters down the hallway when they get married. So I'm injured. So anyway, just wanted to share this. My name is Norm Cowie. That's my website too, www.normcowie.com. That's COWIE. Thank you for listening, and if you made it all the way to the end of this, and if you didn't, then okay, I hope you have a good day too. But anyway, thank you very much. All right, take care.